Akademiks really hates that Lil Baby likes Drake.
Stay your ass in Atlanta. Figure out what y'all got going on over there, man. Leave the Iceman alone, please, bro. Please. He took a picture. He got Drake in the background. All right, cool, man. I'd rather he just like, yo, just come out. He sending mixed messages. He got, was it Snoop Dogg right here? He got, bro, what side are you picking? Bro, what side this nigga is picking? Keep this bum ass away from Iceman. It's one of my only wishes. Keep this bum away from Iceman. That's all I gotta say. Keep his ass away from Iceman, bro. Keep his ass away from. If I hear this mushmouth retard come with that helmet rap, like helmet, if I hear this shit and fuck up my goddamn mood, I'm gonna be tight. Keep this mushmouth Rosetta Stone, this fucking ESL, half a retard. Send him back to go hug on Michael Rubin or some shit.
What's up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep sending those cash outs to CLBMG. Join that membership and all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. So Akademiks is salty, gang. He's in his feelings. His belly's hurting. He wants to. He needs his tummy rubbed. He needs his ear scratched. He is in his feelings right now because his favorite is the #1 bubble bath rapper in the world is making nice. He's playing nice with his hated enemy. I don't know if you guys know, but Akademiks really does not like Lil Baby at all. Somebody in Lil Baby's team took a swipe at Akademiks, tried to just tap him on the cheek just to like get his attention and tell him to calm down because we could really hurt you if we wanted to, right? They allegedly took a swing at Akademiks, and I don't know if he connected or not. I don't remember the outcome, but the fact that he swung on him and tried to slap him, and then they told the story on a podcast sometime, I believe, earlier this year. They came out with the story, if I'm not mistaken, either the beginning of this year or the end of last year. And Akademiks was like, oh, since you guys want to bring that up, because I never spoke on it, but since you want to bring that up, we are mortal enemies, and I'm going to do everything I can to destroy Lil Baby's career. He came out and told on himself because he said that they try to pay him to not talk about Lil Baby, and he accepted that money. This is the same Akademiks that said, I will not take money from anybody. No rappers can buy me. I can't be bought. He went for years saying he is not for sale. Then when he got mad at Lil Baby over this incident, he came out and said that they had to pay him money to keep him from ruining his rollout on one of his albums. So that right there made he was so mad he snitched on himself, right? End of the day, we already knew that Akademiks was a fraud. We just didn't know every single kind of possible way. Well, pretty much is almost every single kind of possible way Akademiks is a fraud, and he tells stories and he lies out of anger and emotions. So end of the day, he is really, really upset that Lil Baby made a post today that he chose sides, right? He said, I already chose my side, and I'm going to read the article in a minute. But this really, and people knew it was coming, that this crash out was coming, because what we're seeing right now is a lot of guys are vying and jockeying for slots. We just saw the Game get flued out, so we assume that the Game got a verse on the album, and we just saw Sexy Red. I believe she said she's on the album. Now they're talking about Future might be on the album. So it's a lot of people trying to get that slot. So I'm going to believe that this post by Lil Baby saying, I already chose a side behind a wall of probably 20 pictures of Drake. He's showing the world that his allegiance is to the boy, right? End of the day. Now, that to me can only signal one of two things. Either he's on the album or he's trying to get on the album. He's trying to curry favor with him to make him understand, I'm here, I'm still here for you. Now, Akademiks has a point. Where was this at? Now we got to be honest. Lil Baby was one of the 3 or 4 Atlanta artists that at the time of the battle, when he came out and first said the Atlanta thing, he was one of the artists in the first couple months after it dropped saying, I'm not with that. I don't like that my name was used in that. And we kind of got on him about that. We was like, yo, what's the problem? He didn't disrespect you in any kind of way. But to be in his defense, Lil Baby did say, why the fuck you use my name in that damn diss? I ain't for all that dissing. He didn't say nothing trying to disrespect Kendrick, but he made it known he didn't like the diss and he didn't like his name being involved, at which that led most people to believe that he did not approve of it because he's still good with Drake and he don't want to mess that up. So we can't say he didn't say nothing, but that's not full support. That is just saying, I didn't like that my name was used. Akademiks is saying, where was all this support when the boy needed you, right? End of the day. So now everyone knew. They were like, crash out in 3, 2, 1, Akademiks. And sure enough, he went live, got a little saucy before he did it, right? Ready to go, locked in, got his Patron, his Henny, his Red Bull. And this funny ass nigga, he be drinking Red Bull with alcohol every day. I don't know how his insides is gonna hang in there for too much longer, right? End of the day, your boy Akademiks, right on time, right? That train's never late. Screaming because I told you he took an oath to destroy Lil Baby's career. He said it last year. I'm going to do everything I can to. They was beefing before this, but it just got worse, right? He said I'm going to do everything I can going forward. When he had this little rant, it was a couple months ago, right? He's like, I'm going to do everything every day I wake up. I'm going to scream and yell until you have no career. Well, it ain't working because Lil Baby still got a career, okay? But at the end of the day, for him to be championing Iceman like he's been doing for the last 2 years, it's going to be too much to bear that he got to stream and make his guy that he can't stand successful. He can't stand this guy. And him knowing that he's going to be on Drake's Iceman, he has zero control over what's on the album. They barely tell him anything. Drake don't tell him absolutely nothing. He hasn't heard none of the music. He said it himself last week. I haven't heard anything on Iceman. But he's the first one. He's the loudest voice telling you what should be on it, what should not be on it. He got a whole list of who's banned and who ain't. Just silly shit. It's just like talking to just talk. So he's on the outside looking in. Maul has just been low-key quiet because Maul just accepts all the information he gets quietly, right? The guys that's in the know, him, Ben the Don, they're getting real records. Akademiks getting scraps on the table. He knows it. And it hurts. And this one kicked him in the back. He's already, the dumbass list that he made, who's banned, who ain't, he had to say, we accept Future. You know why he had to say, we accept Future? Because he already know Future's on there. Because when they asked him, was he on there? They said, well, things are could happen. We're experimenting with some stuff. That means we're working on the damn album. So Akademiks' dumbass list had to say Future's allowed, because how you gonna say he's not allowed when he pops up on an album? So Akademiks is spiraling and he's trying to figure out what's going on in real time. Now, this was a complete shock to the system, a smack in the face, because he doesn't want this guy nowhere near this album. So he went on a complete 100% crash out, a rant, feelings all in a bunch, stomach hurting, like I said, eyes welling up, watering. He's screaming, trying to figure out all kind of ways to let Drake know, please don't put this guy on there. I don't like it. I don't like him. He's mean to me. His friends are mean to me. He's really, really trying to yell loud enough to make the Iceman understand, please, I don't want to have to stream this guy every day. I'm going to have to try to skip the record or mute it or delete it or something. He don't want to deal with it. And he knows it's going to get Lil Baby another 10, 15 minutes of fame that he's desperately trying to end. It's like it's all a power play, and he's losing his power by the second by Drake not listening to him. Now Drake don't have to listen to nobody. He don't got to listen to him. It ain't his fucking album. Akademiks has nothing to do with the creative process. But he's still sitting here trying to insert himself, say who can be on, who can't, this, that, and the third. I'm gonna read this article because what had happened after Lil Baby put this thing up about, I already took my size, Drake liked the post, which had to send Akademiks into a complete meltdown spiral. He probably spiraled out for an hour and a half, just with his head down in his slides, just going through the kitchen with his robe open, God forbid, and just his stomach just all over the place. This guy really, really had to be just in disarray, right? Because not only did this guy make a play, this play is obvious, right? We all can see what this is, but for his fucking God to click like on it means he fed into the play, which they probably already talked before he even posted it. He probably said, "Gang," he said, "Homie, I'm about to post this thing, da 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 da. You cool with this?" They probably let him know before he did it. Okay, But let me read this because it's more to the story. It's some love triangle shit, and it's weird that this stuff keeps happening. We've never seen it roll out this weird, but here we are, right? They licking ice and doing all kind of nonsense, hitting like on dumb shit. Let's just get this over with. Drake reacts to Lil Baby's Pledge of Allegiance by Alexander Cole for HotNewHipHop.com. Lil Baby recently revealed how he feels about Drake, and earlier today, the artist decided to give his subtle response. Drake is going to be dropping his new album, Iceman, on May 15th, and it is set to be the most important album of his career. You got that right. While Views is always going to be his biggest album, Iceman serves as a comeback of sorts. It is a comeback. I know people want to sit here and keep reiterating that this guy did 1 billion streams, this, that, and the third. He's ahead of everybody, but that's all old music, gang. The new stuff ain't connected. Over 40 tracks have been released, even though the popular belief is that the nigga disappeared, right? They got the narrative that the game missed him and you guys were starving you out and this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, there's 30 plus tracks out there that says otherwise, okay? But let me continue. Following a grueling battle with Kendrick Lamar, there has been a renewed discourse about whether or not Drake can still sit atop of the rap throne. There are certainly fans out here who believe he is still capable of holding the mantle. With hip-hop suffering on the Billboard charts, there is hope that Drizzy can be the guy to catch a hit. And I keep telling you all the time, hip-hop not suffering on the Billboard charts because hip-hop don't care about that shit at all. We go there sometimes, and we still got people. Every time somebody drops, all of their songs go up there. A$AP Rocky, all his songs went on the Billboard chart. Baby Keem, all his songs went on the Billboard chart. All these guys that drop, when they got these big records, they light up the Billboard charts, all the songs. So we're not suffering up there. It just ain't as much bullshit on there. So we're eating really well. The people that really like hip-hop, not the mumble rap and the goofy shit that Akademiks chases all over the country trying to get involved with. No, not the silly shit by 20-year-olds. We're talking about really good fucking music, okay? So we're eating really well right now. I did my 25 best albums of the year for last year, and I'm going to do it again this year. So we're getting a lot of good music. So we don't give a fuck if it's suffering on the Billboard. The Billboard never spoke for hip-hop anyway. It never spoke to what really was going on in these streets and what was going on in the culture. Yes, records made it up there, and in the 90s it was good, but as we got more engulfed in hip hop and we started to get more records on the hip hop, they became more formulaic, and they started to be able to buy them up there. They started to be able to place them up there. Didn't we just have, who was that said, I put his album up there in the #1? Didn't Young Thug just say he bought Gunna's album #1 slot? He paid for it. So it don't mean as much no more, gang. All that means is people ain't buying the slots no more like they used to, and they don't have the options to. Okay, so yeah, it sounds good to say, oh, it's struggling on Billboard, but hip-hop is doing really well in regards to the culture itself of hip-hop. We're getting good records right now, so we ain't really worrying about the shit being on the Billboard charts. We don't need the shit anyway, okay? Two things can be true. Hip-hop can still be good, and we can not be on the Billboard, but we can still be flourishing at the same time. It is what it is, and we are still on the Billboard. It's a narrative, gang. Let me continue. In the aftermath of the beef, Drake lost a few of his friends and, by extension, a few of his collaborators. However, there is at least one artist who has stayed by Drizzy's side. That artist is Lil Baby, who has pledged his allegiance last night by posing in front of a door covered in Drake's face. He probably was in it looked like a dorm room or something, right? Somebody's dorm. He might have went and dropped somebody at a dorm, like, or went to visit somebody and they saw the door there. They're like, oh, snap, you know what? I'm doing this. Take a picture of this. let's do this, right? Took a picture of it, made it into a moment, and voila, this is what it is. Let me continue. Drake subsequently liked the post, which is an acknowledgement that the artist is well aware of who his real friends are right now. And I was talking about this in the video just last night, the live. Homeboy still out here clicking, liking, and moving the needle on stuff. And this is why I told you my brother-in-law, I had a whole conversation with him. I said, this is why we know what he's thinking. It's not that he's silent. He tells a lot of stories with these likes. When he goes around, he likes this, he likes that. That's showing that I seen it, I agree. So it drives his fans to feel this way or that way. And some of them are not happy about this decision either. Let's just be honest. Some of them are very vocal. They don't want him on the album either. It is what it is. Let me continue. All of this makes us wonder, is Drake going to have Lil Baby on his album? These two have collaborated on numerous occasions in the past. Therefore, it only makes sense that they would team up again. Lil Baby is someone who is consistently featured on mainstream rap albums. Meanwhile, some fans have gotten tired of his reality. Hold on. While some fans have gotten tired of this reality, there is no doubt that he and Drake have great chemistry. While Iceman is dropping in a few days, there is this sense that the features are being finalized. Drake has worked on albums up until the release date in the past. It's why For All the Dogs dropped at 6 a.m. in the morning. If you're a fan, you can't help but be excited about the possibilities. That said, the anticipation is creating expectations, and with that comes pressure. This rollout is going to be fascinating, and Akademiks going to be so mad. This dude going to be on suicide watch when that thing dropped and track 13 got whammed. That shit gonna burn. He gonna throw his Xbox controller away. He ain't even doing that no more. What is he doing? Steak all night? Yeah, he gonna be a full mess. A puddle of blubbery water right on the floor. This dude gonna be tears for fears and all this good, that, and the third. Right? Mom gonna have to come downstairs, okay? End of the day, Akademiks is a big baby because, for one, it ain't your album. It ain't your decision. It ain't your creative process. And it ain't your ass on the line, it's his. All you gonna do is sit there, go goonie google over every song, no matter who's on the goddamn record, and just be a fan. What you say? I just want to be a fan. I want to come into this as a fan. I don't want to hear it early, lying and shit. I don't want to hear it early. I just want to hear it when everybody else hears it. So then just hear it when everybody else hear it. Respect the process. Listen to the shit as it is. Stop crying and trying to get who's on it, this, that, and the third. Calm your ass down. All right? You're asking for the record. Just wait a couple days and deal with it. End of the story, gang. That's it. It is what it is. Like all this boo-hoo and crying, man. Listen, the guy's not going nowhere. You doing all that yelling and screaming. I win your comments and they like, act. The hate ain't working. Homeboy ain't losing a step because of this. You're the only one looking crazy, crashing out every other week about this guy, calling him all kind of, wishing death on him and this, that, and the third. Calm down, gang. Okay, we get it. You get paid to sit on here and scream for a living. But at some point, some of the shit is futile. Okay? Your Ak is very smart. He went to college and he graduated. Some of this shit you're doing is futile. And it's turning off your own fans because they sick of you crying about it. Homeboy ain't going nowhere. If you want to get the guy back because he slapped you, then figure out a way to do that. But you're crying and yelling and screaming and going all crazy. It's unbecoming, okay? It's unbecoming, right? End of the day. And I'm going to leave it at that, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live. The What Show, 9:15, 9:30. All my social media platforms. And head on over to the Patreon. Become a member. It starts as low as free. Free 99. You can be a free member on that Patreon channel. And last but not least, head on over to my videos. Lock in with the Peanut Butter Tim's video featuring me, TJ, and Fliz. That's a new video. It's dope. I like it. It's on all streaming platforms and it's in my videos. If you type in Peanut Butter Tim, search for it. Get in the comments, man. Share it. Hit the like button. I'm out of here. I'm gonna catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share. Tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location. Tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.